we are. Man, right now, everything, all kind of technical problems. I'm telling you that even when it's busy on every level, I'm going to need the world to pray. Because prayer is real, it's powerful. And when we believe in what we pray, 100%, the true power is revealed. For we serve an awesome God. So I'm going to need the world's prayer for my mother, who's been a faithful servant unto the Lord. And trying times, but God is building a testimony in her life because she's going to pull through and talk about how good God is and that he's able. And not the kind of able that we're used to and dealing with. Because the type of able we're being fed is powerlessness able. And what we're going to do and what we're going to get down to is some serious aspects of this thing here that we have at our access to a living God. But the way we look at things is so destructive. Because you have to understand, first of all, many things that we've entertained or grew or taught was tainted with foolishness of white supremacy. So how can the true essence of who you when you had this terror over you, and because of that, there's a layer of ineffective powerlessness coming from people that should have power. The things we allow to distract our lives lead us off the path of walking on water. But to walk on water takes a focus, and that's what we have to understand, how the lies of the foolishness in our life have us take the turn that's not proposed in our being from the beginning from a powerful living God. Powerlessness. And anytime power is taught, you get shot down. But it's time out for that. It's time out for that. It's time out for the foolishness that hinders us from ever. See, that's what we need to understand. Why other people tell us of a progress that's going to be made eventually. I'm telling you, never will it be right until we understand the powerlessness and the ridiculousness in the fact that powerlessness when you've been powerfied. held up, restored, balanced, prepared by a living God. A living God that this world has you believing is about if you love a flower, if you love this, love is this, that. But my God still hates sin. But that's why he judged the heart, because even when you die, you are in sin. So if that's it, then none of us can go to the afterlife. But did you want to live right? He knows it's difficult. His flesh is garbage. He just want to know if you tried. For real. If you loved him for real. And by that I mean above everything and everyone. And we're going to get into that. We're going to get into the things that are escaping you that you have got to entertain in order to advance your purpose and to truly connect to the power of God. That's between you and God. Religion is a group of like-minded people getting together so that the air, the karma, the spirit is one. Even though you got a lot of devils parading around as angels of light. But if you're truly living in the power of God, that's exposed. See, you don't have to say anything to anyone about anything. Your life will speak for itself. God's purpose and its birth, even at 57. See, that's what my thing is about. It's about for the youth, but it's also about people, I don't care what age. You got to wake up and understand the purpose that is set forth in your life and what life is really about. It ain't the world's best mother, the world's best grandmother. It ain't the world's best cook. It ain't how famous. It ain't the money. It's none of those things. It's the worship and how you resist the evil one at every level. But we got to entertain some things there's some intricate things of the word that if you don't put those effectively in your life, you can't go into the other next level. Hard choices. The main thing to understand is about friend, family. Because those things go a long way in affecting who you are, your direction in life, your thinking, and how your time is consumed. And of course, we know in the Word, he talks about our life being like a vapor of water, appears like this. And we talk about the last days. That's what my ministry is. It's called The Last Inning, Wheat or Tear. This Sunday, I'm gonna do my live stream sermon from 6 to 4, starting this Sunday and every Sunday. I've been in preparation for this video to do this right here for the last 8 hours. After coming from the hospital to deal with some spiritual madness. And then everything technical and this don't record, I'm telling you. But you can't let nothing stop you because you know who it is. And when you know who it is, and you know from who they're come, just like, was it Kevin Grant said, the demons, and the people around you. It's possessed. But that's like on this chessboard I have. I keep them right there so you know they moving. Not on your side at all, but claim to be on your side, but that's okay. Because as a chess piece, I know how you move. And at the end, I'm still going to win. Why? I'm always going to win. Why? I'm connected to the winner. Why? Because I want to win until eternity. These few years of this life means nothing. So I want you to join me in my ministry. We at it. Man, I have said to do, man, the videos, this, that, I'm telling you, it's always something, but it's getting to the point that I'm constantly eliminating, and it just can't stop what is purposed. See, because if this wasn't who I'm all about, I'd have been and quit. The vicious lies, the ridiculousness, and just everything. But you got to expect it when you pick up the cross. Serious business. You have a lot to turn against you when you pick up the cross, because at that point you understand what's first and what's foolishness is last. And from where the foolishness comes, it doesn't matter. It's got to be eliminated, still with love, but where the growth comes from and the blossoming unto your purpose is where you gravitate to. This is an effective ministry. We're not just going to do the normal thing. We're just not going to accept the normal, average thing. Like I said, it's the last days. Is that a cliche? We all just say it. We just say it. And then it's wheat and tear. He's not into hybrids. He doesn't do the Elon Musk thing. You either wheat or a tear. See, the thing is, you're really still a tear when they accept you. Because he accepts you still in sin and everything. But you desire to be a wheat. That's the reality of the love of our living God. But the power that escapes the people, the individual who's being destroyed by the matrix because they don't realize the elimination that must be exalted above his personal desires and live unto God, and the principle that things are placed in, like this thing says here, in proper perspective so you get the right experience. That's that C plus P equals E. That perspective is what my motivational speaking is about. When I teach, when I preach, when I show love, that another grow beyond the foolishness in his life, it's this C plus P, and we deal with that perspective so the experience be the correct experience. For God doesn't allow your circumstances to tear you down so that you're on a couch talking to a psychiatrist all your life. It's designed to build you up. For he says, through much trials and tribulations, we enter into the King of heaven. Oh, man. Like I said, it's world ministry. So just imagine, I don't have a team behind me. I got Team Car Guy, which is my owner, God, my coach, Jesus, the blood, and, my conditioning coach, which is the Holy Spirit. And we're prepared to win championships because that's the God I serve, a God of victory in all circumstances. We just got to let them play out in faith. I've learned that. Don't get angry. Whatever. Sit back. And some of these things that I'm going through right now has even allowed me to grow, because it's a continuing process. But we're here. We're here. We're going to make a difference. I haven't even started with the business part. We're getting with different organizations, but this ineffectiveness is inexcusable. It's inexcusable in the times that we live, the abilities that we have, the things that we overcome. And where we have gotten to, which is the point of something's just got to happen. And with God, creativity, faith, and not listening to anybody with their foolishness. There's change right here. Yeah, the devil, the wicked one, is acting a fool in these last days. But make no mistake about it, my God still is in control of the last days as if he was in the first days. And in all days, with victory. And trust me, when you give up so much, you just sit back. And the lies unfold, be ridiculous. Don't even feed into it, because when you go there, and when you elevate unto that, I don't care who it is. Nobody's before God. And the foolishness and madness. The thing with me is I got to learn to control my emotions. I watched a thing on, it was Joyce Meyer and I think Kenneth Copeland and Creflo Dollar. And it was weird because it seemed like all three of them that day was talking about that control of their emotions. That's not showing the greatness of God. It's just that when you're obedient and do that, the level of wickedness and the thing that's transpire in that matrix. But then that's why he prepares you. Like T.D. Jakes says, if you can't handle offenses, he can't use you. Can't control your emotions with these little petty things. How do you control your emotions as a world leader going around making a difference, but doing things differently? Yep. Marcus. Retarded, whatever that Marcus. But like Ali Sadiq said, he said, why you think it's going to come through celebrity or somebody's average, everyday people. And my ministry is for the youth. See, because the problem is, Pookie and Ray Ray is the future. Pookie and Ray Ray are the ones with the talent and everything, but can't even walk down the street. It's the ones with the MAs and the MBAs and the BAs that sold a lot of things down the river. That's a lie. It's a new age. Hip-hop was there. Rock and roll was there. But now it's God's time. The music is hot. The music rap has caught up with times. These men and women are foregoing record contracts that exploit and plant seeds of retardation, pretty much, foolishness, to go to the elevation of serving God. It's that time now. And we got to support the people that are ready to go to the front lines. See, because I've done all this with God. Been hate, lied, all man, ridiculous, but expected. But nothing can stop me. Up 3-4 days. I've been up right now. Mother sick. Every technical thing that could go wrong went wrong. But we're here. We're here. We're here. From a gym, right? In a nice studio a few years ago. Then moved on the south side, had a whole cold-blooded office, whole house, a cold gym, always, to what I'm doing now, but it's always elevated. And it's elevated in growth. I have to constantly ask myself, am I acting like a baby? Or am I acting like a mature man of God? And I say a man of God because a man of God truly is a man of power. Respect, restraint, zero foolishness. I'm sorry. That's why it's a lonely road, I guess. And the lies, but zero foolishness. And a lot of that goes on. And people, that's why he says you lose all those things when you begin to change. But it's a lot in people and things, because that's how much foolishness was clogging, binding, like glue. You couldn't even, all those things. When you free and know who you are in power, and you see them coming, you rise like Neo in the Matrix, and you look them demons who firing them guns and fiery darts, and you just pick them out, and you can see people, and you can see things for what they are. But in my motivational speaking, the way that you stay in perspective, the way you stay on course is that it don't even bother you, because you got to expect it, because they just don't know. He said, forgive them for they not know what they do. They don't know that the matrix and using this, that. You just keep it moving. And that's the same one thing that's successful, meaningful people have in their life. They keep it moving. They got time to explain. Go. That's all distraction. And that's one thing that we're not going to get involved with in this ministry or with motivational speaking, because, see, a lot of people go around and with this motivational speaking and playing with it, vacationing with it, going to the seminars and order all these books with it. But it's almost like I'm a pre-motivator, because before you even go to them, they're assuming you've made some serious, hard choices in your life before you even got there. Because if you ain't willing to do that, what's the point? It takes hard choices. But when you understand who's valuable, what's meaningful, what's everlasting, what's purposeful, and for those who are true believers in the living God, what's after this? See, because even in my life, I've already given up a whole lot of people, a whole lot of things, and still love them. But there's no way that I'm going to give up eternity for 5 years of your foolishness. Don't mean I don't love you, don't mean don't pray for you and support you. And not even there from a distance. And I do listen to God only. Not with stubbornness, but I listen to him. There's been many times that he didn't change. Listening to him, but you can't hear him. You can't walk on water with all that foolishness around you. And most of it comes from people who claim they love you. Once again, the devil's parading around his angels of light. Les Brown says you need new family, new friends. Steve Harvey said if your family don't do nothing for play cards or go to Family reunions, get away from them. Why is these people saying these things? It's the mindset and the one who's using them. And it just don't click, it just don't vibe, and it's like a magnet that's just trying to repel itself from where you have decided you want to take your life. It's not that you're better than anybody, you just decide to take a better path. And not only just a better path, the only path. This thing is real. And my God is not happy with the losses in a war that's already won. It's unacceptable. So my ministry is about this. Power is about truth, not bending, not worrying about what's going to happen, unbending, unyielding, don't care what you think, truth. And that's what we're going to deal with, because we suffer from oblivious history. Listen, I love you, man, when I say everything, but we're here. I'm going to be doing my $1 million GoFundMe campaign, because I'm going to need you true believers, to get behind me and others who are willing to lose everything down to their life for the truth and the change that's coming in the last days too, towards God's people. I don't want the nonprofit money. I don't want to go to the banks that they banks that give money to churches, but there's conditions and no. It's a new day. I can't wait to be just, but we're here. It's a joyous, even in the midst of a storm that I'm dealing with right now. It doesn't matter, because the joy is so immense when you come into the knowledge of a true living God, that nothing and nobody can destroy it. And it always comes out in your favor. Those who are faithful. Those who sit back and relax. That's why I said I got to work on controlling my emotions. Because that's not showing faith. Worry is not of faith. Even though I'm still human. But we got to get rid of those things when you believe 100%. And if you're going to walk on water to your purpose in this short life, you don't have time to worry about a single thing. For he got it all taken care of. Trust me. So I love you. We're here. Boy, I tell you. But ain't no stopping. Because when you're a true believer, there is no stopping. And when that thing come up against you, they want to tilt you the other way, you just can't. I refuse to bend any other way but God's way. I love you. We're here. God's here, never left, and always in control. Thank you. Peace.